Australia is one of the strangest, most spellbinding countries on Earth. Home to animals that seem conjured from nightmares, plants that laugh at extinction, and a landscape so vast it swallows horizons whole. But what if I told you its northern third is the real fever dream? A realm where the calendar ignores spring and autumn, where waterfalls tumble sideways, and where humans have danced with this land for longer than the pyramids have stood. This is Northern Australia, a sunburnt, storm-lashed frontier that defies every postcard cliché. Buckle up. Here are 15 mind-bending facts that prove this place is gloriously, defiantly weird. 1. 2 seasons, 0 compromise. Forget your cozy quartet of seasons. Up here, the year is a brutal duet, the wet and the dry. From October to April, the wet slams in like a cosmic fire hose. Humidity so thick you chew the air, lightning that stitches the sky in silver, and rains that resurrect bone-dry rivers into roaring brown serpents. Cyclones spin up with names like poetic threats: Tracy, Marcus, Yassi. Then, click, May arrives, and the tap shuts off. The dry unfurls endless cobalt skies, crisp mornings, and a landscape exhaling steam. Wetlands shrink to cracked mosaics. 4WD tracks reappear like veins. It's nature's ultimate mood swing, and the best time to chase horizons before the next deluge. 2. Daintree, older than the dinosaurs' grave. Step into Queensland's Daintree Rainforest and you're trespassing through 180 million years of green memory. This isn't just ancient, it's antediluvian, predating the Amazon by 50 million years, and shrugging off the asteroid that barbecued T. Rex, a living shard of Gondwana. It cradles idiot fruit trees. Idiospermum, don't ask who named it. Whose seeds are brain-shaped relics of floral dawn. Cassowaries, feathered velociraptors in neon blue, thud through the undergrowth. Recognized by UNESCO, the Daintree is a humid time capsule where every breath tastes like the Cretaceous. 3. Horizontal waterfalls, the ocean's magic trick. On the Kimberley coast, tides don't rise, they charge. Talbot Bay sees 12-meter swings, enough water to empty a 4-story building twice daily. The result? The horizontal falls, billions of liters funneled through twin cliff gaps, roaring sideways like liquid freight trains. Tourists and speedboats surf the standing waves. Saltwater crocs watch from the wings. It's the moon flexing gravitational muscle, and the planet's most surreal whitewater ride. 4. Rivers that moonwalk. King tides in Kakadu National Park don't ask permission. They bulldoze upstream, shoving the East Alligator River into reverse for hours. Saltwater surges 100 kilometers inland, turning billabongs into impromptu estuaries. Barramundi ride the invasion. Crocs follow like salty landlords. Indigenous rangers call it the Big Push, a reminder that here, the ocean writes the rules and the land just nods. 5. Savannah, the grassy sea. Red desert? That's the South's propaganda. Northern Australia is cloaked in tropical savanna, quarter of the continent, one of the planet's last intact grassy woodlands. Eucalyptus and acacia stand like sentinels over waist-high Mitchell grass that burns gold in the dry. Wallabies bound, termite mounds rise like Gothic cathedrals. For 65,000 years, First Nations firestick farming has sculpted this ecosystem, preventing woody takeover and coaxing biodiversity from ash. It's not empty, it's orchestrated. 6. Darwin's darkest day. February 19, 1942. Darwin, the sleepy tropical capital, woke to 188 Japanese aircraft, more than struck Pearl Harbor. Bombs shredded the harbor. 243 died. The post-war myth of Aussie invincibility shattered. Oil tanks burned for days. Survivors hid in stormwater drains. Today, the cenotaph at Bicentennial Park lists every name. The city rebuilt tougher, its wartime scars now laneways of frangipani and resilience. 7. Rock art, 28,000 years of Instagram. Arnhem Land's cliffs are the planet's longest-running gallery. Ochre hands stencil the stone. 20,000-year-old paintings capture thylacines, extinct striped predators. And Ganyornis, a thunderbird that vanished 45,000 years ago. X-ray art reveals barramundi bones. Later panels show Macassan prahus and rifle-toting colonizers. These aren't relics. They're living title deeds, repainted during ceremonies that keep country breathing. 8. Macassan monsoon traders. Centuries before Cook, Macassar fleets rode the northwest monsoon to Marega, Arnhem Land. Prahus with bamboo sails harvested trepang, sea cucumber, for Chinese banquets. Yolngu crews joined them, trading iron, cloth, and language. Words like rupiah and balanda, white person, slipped into Yolngu mata. Tamam, grandfather, still means Macassar captain. This wasn't isolation. It was globalization, Aboriginal style. 9. Ghost ports of empire. Britain dreamed of a Singapore of the South. Reality laughed. Fort Dundas, 1824, on Melville Island. Malaria. Mutiny Tiwi Spears, gone in 4 years. Port Essington, 1838. 11 years of cyclones, scurvy, and soil that grew nothing but despair. Today, chimneys poke through vine like ruined teeth. The land won. Hubris lost. 10. Flinders, the man who named a continent. 1801-1803. Matthew Flinders, aboard the leaky HMS Investigator, stitched Australia's jagged edges onto parchment. Scurvy gnawed his crew. Reefs clawed the hull, yet he mapped the Gulf of Carpentaria's croc-infested maze. Captured by the French on Mauritius, he still smuggled charts home. His plea to replace New Holland with Australia stuck. The continent owes its name to a half-blind sailor who refused to quit. 11. Emptiness on steroids. North of the Tropic of Capricorn, 40% of Australia, 5% of its people. Density, 0.3 souls per square kilometer. Drive 500 km between servo stops. Roadhouses sell $10 coffees and tall tales. Darwin, pop $150,000, feels like a metropolis. This void breeds self-reliance and the best stargazing on Earth. 12. The Savannah Way, 3,700 km. Cairns to Broome, via the longest shortcut that isn't. Sealed highways dissolve into red dirt corrugations. You ford rivers, dodge Brahmin bulls, camp beneath baobabs. 15 national parks, 5 World Heritage Zones, Undara's lava tubes, Lon Hill's Emerald Gorge, Pernalulu's beehive domes. It's not a drive, it's a pilgrimage across a continent's rooftop. 13. Cattle stations, bigger than nations. Anna Creek is south, but northern giants like Victoria River Downs, 1.2 million hectares, dwarf Belgium. Helicopters buzz like mosquitoes. Ringers muster 80,000 head across fences you can't see across. Road trains, 4 trailers, 53 meters, haul cattle to Darwin's live export wharves. This is the last cowboy frontier, where station means kingdom. 14. Fortress North. Darwin's skyline bristles with radar domes. Ray AF Base Tyndall hosts F-35s. Robertson Barracks trains with U.S. Marines. Joint exercises like Talisman Sabre turn the top end into a geopolitical chessboard. Proximity to Indonesia, 300 km, makes every reef a strategic asset. Defense isn't just jobs, it's identity. 15. Young, wild, and indigenous. Darwin's median age, 33. Australia's average, 38. Miners, soldiers, backpackers, and the highest proportion of First Nation citizens anywhere. Over 100 nationalities, spice markets with laksa, and didgeridoos. Mindle Beach sunsets host drum circles where ancient songlines meet K-pop. This isn't a frontier, it's the future. Northern Australia isn't a detour, it's the main event. A place where the land still calls the shots, where history drips from cave walls, and where every storm reminds you who's boss. I skipped it on my last trip down under. Next time, I'm pointing the 4WD north and not looking back.